Hello there, this is Talia, the dietitian. Today I'm answering a question from a parent. I'm first going to read you the question and then I'm going to answer it. The question today is, my 14-month-old is starting to refuse food on his plate and eat from ours. He's eating less. How to stop this? So this is a great question and thank you so much for sending it. I think this is quite common for a lot of parents. In this age range, the 12 to 18 months is when children start to assert their independence. And that may be manifesting in that they've decided they don't want to eat certain foods or that they want to eat the foods off your plate. There are many ways that this can manifest. So I want to break this down. The first thing I wanted to mention is that at 14 months, there's a tremendous amount of growth that happens in the first year of life. And the rate of growth that your child has in their second year of life, they're still growing rapidly, but the rate is less. Their growth rate is slowed after the first 12 months of life. So it's normal for children to eat less than what they maybe would have when they were a little bit younger because they're just growing less rapidly. So know that that's normal, and know that they also have other things that are going on in their mouths, like teething, or teeth can be moving under the gums even though you might not see a new tooth coming in. They could still have some pain happening there. So know that that's normal too, and it's very normal for children to eat different amounts between different meals and different days. Some days they may be very, very hungry and eat 5 serves, and another day they may eat 3 bites of their lunch and be done. That's normal. That's okay. I know a lot of parents really worry about that. Think about what they're eating over the course of a week rather than over the course of one meal or one day. So that's my first recommendation. Okay, so let's get back to the refusing food from his plate and wants to eat from ours. All right, the way that I would recommend handling this is, first of all, ensure that you are eating with your child. And I do recommend that you're eating the same or similar foods. The foods may be presented a little bit differently. For example, a 14-month-old might struggle to eat a taco, so they may have the components on their plate separately, whereas yours are all together. But when you sit down with your child, I would recommend showing them what they have, showing them what you have, showing them that it's the same. That's not necessarily going to stop them from asking for what you have on your plate. So know that they're still going to ask, and that's all right. But when you're eating together, if your child is pointing at something on your plate, for example, let's say you have broccoli with your taco and it's separate, and your child is pointing at your broccoli, you can show them the broccoli and say, yeah, this is broccoli. Look, you have some as well. Would you like to try some of mine? Give them a bite or give them a piece from your plate and then say, oh, can I have a piece of your broccoli? And take a piece from their plate and show them, and you eat it together. And then after that, if they ask for another bite, if you want to give them one more bite, there's nothing wrong with that. And then set the boundary. Look, I'm happy to give you this piece of broccoli. Here you go. But the rest is for me. I'm going to eat this because I'm hungry too. And you have the food that you have on your plate, which is the same. And if they point to your plate again, you could say, yeah, that's my taco. I'm eating my tomato right now. You have a tomato there as well. And you can see if you'll eat it together. And if they do continue to ask and point for what's on your plate, acknowledge that that's what they're doing, because they're pointing at it. It might not even be that they want to eat it. It might just be that they want to see you eat it. So I would more approach that with curiosity. Yeah, what are you pointing at my plate? What do you think of that? Point out what color it is. Talk about how it feels when you eat it. Oh, the tomato is slippery and juicy, for example, and show them what they have on their plate. And if you are willing to kind of trade a little bit, give them one of your tomatoes. Make sure that it's quartered, especially for babies this age, so that they won't choke on it. Take a piece of theirs and eat it together. That's okay. Know that this is a phase. They're not going to be 3 years old and wanting things from your plate. Sometimes they will, actually. But know that it is a phase, and that instead of this last part of how to stop this, instead of trying to stop it, just embrace it for now and go with that curiosity and that sharing aspect, because children pick up when you're not truly okay with it and you're telling them to stop doing what they're doing. They're going to continue doing what they're doing because they can get a reaction out of you. So by embracing it and making it something that you explore together, that is going to make this phase pass I don't know if it's going to pass immediately, but it will pass, and you will be much less frustrated as a parent, which is really what every parent wants, is to be less frustrated. I really hope that answer helps you a lot. If you have a similar situation, feel free to drop a comment below, because it's in this time that sort of 12 to 18-month-old baby where they do start to assert more independence, and food is something that they control, and so a lot of that independence can manifest around food. I will briefly just recommend you to my first mini course, which is Common Mistakes Parents Make That Increase Picky Eating. This parent may find it helpful, especially because they're approaching, or they're already in that age of asserting independence. If you can get these strategies implemented sooner rather than later, you're more likely to be able to minimize or prevent this picky eating from really becoming a problem, which I highly recommend, because it's much easier to prevent it than to reverse the behavior, although reversing it can be done. And I go through a lot of troubleshooting in that first mini course. And it's a mini course so that you can do it at rest time or nap time, and implement the strategies immediately. It also comes with a handout with a bunch of phrases to really help you talking to your children in that honest and respectful way. So I really hope you found that video helpful, and if you did and you learned something, please subscribe to my channel and turn your notifications on so you never miss another video. Thank you so much for watching and for being here with me, and this is Talia. Bye-bye. This parenting thing is really hard and didn't come with a manual, especially when it comes to feeding. Here are some more videos to help you.